Hello and welcome to Mirror Now, to the special conversation we're going to have right now as we put the spotlight on Maharashtra and specifically Mumbai viewers. Now in Mumbai, late Tuesday night, the civic body BMC decided to withdraw the relaxations that had been given starting Monday for shops to open up, for non-essential shops to open up. The rule was that in one single lane, 5 shops can open at one point of time, not in the malls, not in the marketplaces. And these, of course, also included the alcohol shops. But as you've seen across the country, so in Mumbai as well, we saw some amount of crowding, long queues and overcrowding, especially outside the alcohol shops. As a consequence of that, the civic body decided on Tuesday night to withdraw these relaxation and go back to the older era of lockdown where only essentials will be available. Now, we want to understand what really happened. Is it simply because we can't manage a little bit of crowd? And then when can Mumbaikars really expect some kind of relief? So joining us right now in the special conversation is Mumbai's Guardian Minister, Maharashtra Cabinet Minister Aslam Sheikh. Thank you, Mr. Sheikh, for speaking to us. Mr. Sheikh, I must say, it doesn't send a very assuring message when the authorities decide to withdraw relaxation because of too much crowd. Can we not manage this much of crowd in Mumbai?
There is no question of getting it managed or something that sort of. Mumbai and Thane and Pune, we were not in favor of opening the wine shop. From day one, a lot of political party came to us regarding opening the wine shop, but we were not in favor of opening the wine shops. Once the guidelines came from the central government and you saw across the country, it's not only Mumbai, across the country, every state, you saw what happened. So as you know, the Mumbai is having numbers of patients, so we took a decision to shut down the shop. Right now, our first priority is to see that how can we stop spreading this virus. That's why there are so many hotspots in Mumbai. And we were finding it difficult to give the essential services to these places also because more of the hotspots areas have come. After these guidelines coming, a lot of pressure was there on the government that he should also open. So we tried opening it up. But right now, we are going to shut it down and we'll come up with some new mechanism where there wouldn't be any crowd and all. That time we'll see how we can open it up.
Okay, so let's leave the wine shops aside then, Mr. Sheikh. We can come up with a policy, look at token distribution, look at online delivery. That's exactly what many other states across the country are doing. But what about other non-essential shops? Those have been shut and, apart from traders and shopkeepers, people are also a little shocked and confused at this point.
I would like you to know that in green zone, some part and orange zone, what we have created, mostly shops are open of groceries, milk and other essential services shops are open. Only on the hotspot area where we have more than 200, we have shut down everything because we don't want people to come out of and go for all these things. And we have provided all the necessary officers in this particular area so that they get the essentials, whatever need is needed. And as I told you, we are going to start shops very soon. More of the shops are going to start. And about the wine shop, it is a very difficult task for the country. I don't know why the people don't understand these shops are going to remain forever. It's not going to shut down in a day or two. But the mentality and the way the people came out and they were jumping and there was again a crisis and there was a lathi charge across the country. We don't want this situation to come at least in Mumbai. So we have taken a decision to shut down. We'll come with a proper mechanism where shops can be open and people can be delivered. Like other states have started giving tokens, some have started taking online and all. But we are going to work out because it should fit in the laws also.
Okay, now I'm going to emphasize on this again because we need absolute clarity. And let's just talk simply about Mumbai. And if you want, maybe Pune as well, because both are red zones with high number of cases. Non-essential shops are not allowed at all in any part of Mumbai right now, isn't it?
No. Only on the hotspot area, the non-essential shops are not allowed. Otherwise, you go to see all where there is part of green zone and all, or little better zone, all the shops are open. Groceries, especially, I would like to say, like more of the time, you see a lot of grocery shops are open up to 12 in the night. But you will never find a queue outside the grocery shop and all because from the day one, we have seen to it that all the groceries and all the milk and all essential things are open where people don't have to worry about it. This is the only one task across the country you go to see, the wine shop. And every state, every city face the same situation. So right now, looking at the condition, you see the numbers of patients coming up in Mumbai and Pune. It's too much, and still we are under control. What we were expecting, the numbers of patients, we are still under control. We don't want it to go out of hand. We don't want to take a risk just because of a wine shop to get more people affected. I think so. This is the right decision taken by us.
So, Mr. Sheikh, why don't we just shut down the wine shops and let the others function? That's essentially the question I'm trying to ask you.
Yeah, we are going to do that simultaneously. Now, once we shut down, everything comes to normalcy. We are going to start up the other essential shop as soon as possible.
Okay, as soon as possible, you will start the other shops, even in Mumbai, and of course outside of the containment zones. Mr. Sheikh, there is a lot of WhatsApp forwards that are going around. Some amount of panic within people in Mumbai and Pune, especially in Mumbai after the withdrawal of the relaxation, where people believe that because there is a rise in cases and there is a problem in terms of availability of doctors and healthcare infrastructure, the situation is very tense. Would you like to give us an insight into what is the current situation? If I go take our viewers through the data, Mr. Sheikh, on May 2nd in Mumbai, we reported 547 cases. On May 3rd, 441. On May 4th, 510. On May 5th, that's yesterday, 635. In just 4 days, we've had over 2,100 cases reported in Mumbai.
So this was to be expected. First, it was the traveler who came over to Mumbai or across the country. That was the period when the virus came into our country, and slowly now it was the incubation period. Now this is the transmission period. So we were expecting the numbers of patients according to the numbers of population in Mumbai city, where more than 1.5 crore people are staying, and hardly we have a number of 10,000 patients so far. I think so the situation is under control. We don't want it to go out of hand, and we are prepared. We are, a lot of preparedness has been done. We have more than 250 mohalla clinics are there. We have a lot of open places. We are going to come up with a lot of beds and all, and we have given instruction to all the JP, general practitioner, to come and be with us, so that if we need, the suddenly the numbers of patients go up, so we can take them also into our services, and we see that there won't be any problem in taking the patients.
Is there a concern on the availability of doctors? The government has also now said that the private doctors must make themselves available even for service in government hospitals. Why is that, Mr. Sheikh?
One thing I would like you know, that this situation, if arises, it will be the situation across the country. Across the country, there will be problem with the nurses and doctors, because you have numbers of certain doctors and nurses. If the patients are going to go into lakhs and lakhs, then definitely the problem is not with the infrastructure. We have beds, we have ventilators, we have ICUs, everything is there. But the shortage is going to come with the this warriors like nurses and doctors. That's why in Mumbai we have come up with a plan where we are going to shift, or we are going to make shift of big places in open spaces like convention centers and all, exhibition centers and all, where thousands of patients can kept under one roof, and with numbers of doctors we can take care of all those people. These all things are coming up, and it's in the pipeline. So I don't think so. We are prepared. We are prepared right now in Mumbai. Like if the numbers of patients goes up to 20,000, 25,000 also, I think so Mumbai is ready for that.
Okay, so even as far as availability of healthcare workers is concerned, because obviously in many of the hospitals, doctors and nurses have gone into quarantine. You're saying that's why the private doctors have been brought in, but there is no larger concern.
See, we have to take this necessary step, because when it is not only in Mumbai or in Pune or Thane, if you go to see across the world, doctors have got infected, nurses have got infected, and they have in fact died also. There are so many doctors who gave up their life in fighting the coronavirus. We have to see the situation. We are working on that particular thing. After taking what is happening in other countries and other states, we are gathering all the information. We are trying to get best support to these warriors, our nurses and doctors, and the people who are working in the hospitals. We are trying to give them proper kits and all, so that less people get infected, and we can work more on the virus. We can work more on the patients and all. That's why we are planning day after every second day. We are coming up with some plan. Like suppose we started more than 250 mohalla clinics, so that primary only if something happens in this particular area, we can check them, and if necessary, then only they should come to the hospital. Otherwise, people are getting panic, and everybody wants to do their test. Everybody wants to get themselves admitted. So primary basis, if this thing happens, then I don't think so there will be a shock moment across the country or in Mumbai.
Mr. Sheikh, I wanted to speak to you specifically about, dharavi and slums like that. There was a big plan that was made by the authorities that we will go door to door for surveillance and for checking. Individual clinics have been set up there. But are we doing enough testing here within the dharavi slum itself?
See, I'll tell you, in Mission Dharavi, overall more than 214 cases were there. But we did more than 1,500 tests over there. And I'll tell you one thing, that particular area, the containment zone is where the number of people are 1,25,000. Screening, we have conducted screening of for 50,000 and more over there. And we want to see that nobody comes out. So we have put that area in the hot zone. And we have provided essential 20,000 plus grocery service have been given to those people so they don't come out. So maximum things are getting done over there, and cooked food also. I'll tell you that more than 2 lakhs cooked food are given so that a particular area, which is the biggest slum in Asia. So maximum focus is on the Dharavi so that we are in control of those things. And still the numbers of testing is going on, numbers of employment, we are putting a lot of people over there so that testing can be done door to door. And if we find someone, then we can take up that patient to the hospital and get him treated.
Okay, just one more time, Mr. Sheikh, I'll ask you this question. Can you give us a kind of a timeline for when the other non-essential shops will open, and if the government and the authorities and the civic body will look at reopening wine shops in some manner, online delivery, token system or some other format?
See, right now, our main focus is how to save the country, how to save the city from the virus. So first priority will be the how to start the essential services. And I think so it shouldn't take more time. Within a day, I think so more of the essential service should start across the Mumbai. And about the wine shop, we are not in a hurry to start the wine shop again and get the people coming out of their houses and making long queue. And we'll come with a full proof where we have a proper mechanism to open the wine shop and get it delivered, or whatever thing has to be done. We'll see to it that what best can be done, and it should be open. But not like the way it happened yesterday. It shouldn't happen again.
Okay, there are also reports that suggest that the civic body and the authorities are looking at some kind of crowdfunding to provide for money for ration, to the dharavi people who are now in that, sealed zone. Is there any such plan and need for additional funds?
See, the beauty of this city is that whenever any crisis comes in Mumbai, a lot of NGOs and a lot of people are always ready to help each another. But just for your information, right now, from the side of government, we don't expect anything from anybody. Right now, we are providing more than 7 lakhs cooked food to each and every places wherever we get the complaint. More than 2 lakh places we have supplied the groceries. We have started a helpline where anybody can call and they can lodge their address. And our people, I mean to say the BMC people or the government people, they go there and they see what are their requirements. We are trying our best. But still, in this pandemic, it is obviously you cannot reach at 100 places. If a lot of NGOs are coming up, they are giving a lot of groceries, they are taking care of, they are getting helping the people in whatever way they can. So I don't think that's wrong also. And this is the need also. Across the country, across the world, whatever people can do best, they're coming up and they are giving it to them.
Yes, absolutely. Mr. Aslam Sheikh, I appreciate the fact that you've taken out the time to answer all our queries. The decision by the BMC yesterday did create some amount of anxiety and panic, and of course a lot of shock even within the traders who are saying that we also need some relief as far as our business and economic activity is concerned. So we are hoping that, true to your word, we're going to see the other non-essential shops at least open up in the next couple of days, even if you want to keep the wine shops shut down. Thank you so much for speaking to us here on Mirror Now.
Thank you so much.
Time for a quick break. Lots more news on the other side. Stay with us.